Heads up, this video is 35 hours of hard work squeezed into 10 minutes. Ever since I was a kid playing any game, I'd ask, who makes these, how, and with what? Man, I want to do that too. But during this process, there were so many things I didn't know and so many question marks. I used to wish someone would share their experiences on how these are made and what to watch out for so I could learn too. I did listen to some people, both local and foreign, along the way, but they were highly experienced. I needed someone starting from scratch, sharing their mistakes and successes. I thought, why shouldn't that person be me? Yes, I'm Emre Akat, and this is Akat Interactive. On this journey starting from scratch, I'll share all my experiences with you. We want to bring the great ideas in our heads to life, but usually those ideas are too big. We all have such beautiful dreams, especially you, my friend watching this. But calm down, it's best to start with small steps. It's better to focus on what we can do with a sweeter, well-structured, nicely mechanic game and with your team, your budget, or if you're a solo developer like me, with one-person resources. Design, animation, sound, coding, marketing. Will you do the work of a huge team, maybe alone or maybe with a few friends? Welcome to the Sleepless Club. This path is stressful, this path is fun, this path is sometimes uphill, sometimes flat, but it's beautiful enough to be worth it. Creating a character from scratch, for example, it feels so hard at the very beginning. There are parts that still feel hard now. Normally, I wanted the characters in my game to be caricaturized, short, historical characters. I mean, that's what I had in mind. I was learning the technical knowledge to do this, and I'm still learning. But sometimes you have to adapt to the conditions and the flow. So, I switched to MetaHuman. Do I recommend Unreal Engine 5? Absolutely. It's our beloved game engine that offers the opportunity to do work of a quality that would take you months, or that you wouldn't even the game. Who is our first character in Eye of the Giant? Isaac Newton. You know, the guy an apple fell on his head. The person who discovered gravity. For now, we can call him the big brother who explained gravity. In our game, this big brother has some crimes, and because of them, he needs to be tried in a galactic court. And you, my friend, you are the judge in this court who will change the fate of the world. Open to it. The part I'm most afraid of is the hair. I actually watched a few videos. How is hair made, and more importantly, how is it optimized? Fortunately, MetaHuman has ready-made hair. Of course, I won't use them as they are. For now, I'll choose a model that will do the job. Afterwards, we'll edit this hair to get the hair shape we want. Let's start giving fine details to Newton's face. The hollows under his eyes will show us his fatigue. A hooked nose will show us his stubbornness and strength. And his dominant and thin lips will show his sneakiness. His lively and large eyes will be a reflection of his intelligence. I learned these later, but as I said again, what's the harm in learning? It's useful. If you've carved out the basic shape of your dream character's face, it means it's time to import it into MetaHuman. Congratulations. It looks like an alien stone creature right now. I know, but we'll fix them in MetaHuman. While doing the silhouette cleanups, you should focus on the middle of the exact connection points in the eye sockets, for example. And voila! Our character is here. He looks like someone, but I couldn't place who. Let's fix his gaze. Minor plastic surgeries on his face, eye color, and a bit of makeup. But of course, this won't be the final version of our character. Our first goal is to get the first versions of the basic characters out. I won't even make his clothes now. I'll do them last. Look at the facial expressions. No lie, when the first texture was applied, his head looked very weird. Like an alien head. But by making additional corrections on top of it and taking inspiration from our references, I started to make him look like Isaac Newton. I want ash-colored hair, a frail body, and a sunken, tired face from this character. This is exactly the process where we need to reflect regret, arrogance, and the curse of knowledge. We're not after a classic scientist, but an alchemist who dabbled in forbidden sciences. Don't forget to keep this in mind when judging him. Of course, being merciful or not is in your hands. There is no absolute right. Just like in life, the decision will be yours. By the way, the MetaHuman body felt a bit feminine by default. We can change his masculinity, body fat percentage, and height with additional settings. But if you want, you can also add the body you designed yourself, just like I added the character's face, and then make additional corrections through MetaHuman. Also, if you want to customize some textures, makeup, or your character, there are other ways for that too. How to use them in MetaHuman. Additional videos will also come in the future with your support. After making the basic design of our first character, let's move on to our judge's desk. What did we say? What's the most important part of design? Reference. I drew a rough sketch and then asked the AI to draw it cleanly for me. Then I separated my references with Photoshop. But I made a small mistake here. The dimensions of the table were inconsistent, but such setbacks can happen. This is also a part of life. The more mistakes we make, the more we learn. I want our desk to be suitable for this Gothic architecture too, because composition is very important in design. The soul of our game must be a whole. Reflecting a different situation from model to model creates nothing but confusion in our minds. I need a desk that stands firmly on the ground, one with some weight. It will also look a bit like a gambling table. Actually, this is something I want. We are playing with people's lives here, and as we please. Of course, there are some terms and conditions, but I believe in freedom. In our game, the trials won't be like a classic judge hitting the gavel and making a decision. We'll play with cards. Like I said, we're not just judging the fate of the world. move, and counter-move. Think of it like a classic game that will teach you not to underestimate your enemies. You can underestimate them too. The choice is yours. This desk is actually very important. One of the main parts of our game. I aim for the decisions we make to crack this desk, burn it, or emit different lights. If you have additional ideas here, I'd be very glad. You shouldn't forget to state in the comments what states the desk will enter with our bad or good decisions. Remember, you are the judge in this game. We are developing it together. For now, I've added our card slots on the desk. We'll have a few different slots and additional decorations too. All of these are interactive in the game, of course, but it's still too early for these details. For now, we're making the first versions of the models. I realized that the top layer of the desk consists of many layers like diamonds, and this was actually something I wanted to do. There will be some decorations on the desk. There are 3 basic decorations, which are direct parts of the game mechanics. But also, what just came to my mind is, should there be a calm small pet on the side? Think of it like an alien pet, but I'm not sure. For now, it's just an idea. Well, does everything end when you make these models? Of course not. When you throw them into the game engine and wait, they don't say on their own, okay bro, we'll work it out among ourselves. So of course, the job falls on us. This guy with a camera on his head is you. How does it feel to see yourself? We started our game by making the camera settings. For now, we're building a small structure to simulate our court. Since our desk isn't finished yet, I put a cube on the floor. Afterwards, I added Newton, the big brother we'll judge, and then our giant from Eye of the Giant. His story is a bit different. A mystical character. You can also see the puppets of some characters I haven't explained yet on the screen. Then, let's prepare our cards that we'll use for judging. At first, I wanted the card to appear right in front of us on the screen when we held it, but when I realized this wasn't a good mechanic, I found it more appropriate to drag the card to the desk. I also added a second camera angle, a mode that focuses on the desk and where we only interact with the cards when in desk mode. We don't want to play with the cards on the desk while looking around. To prevent the cards on the desk from lying randomly, I designated some spots for them. When cards are dropped, if the nearest slot is empty, they should go there, and whichever card the mouse is over, we zoom in slightly when the F key is pressed. What should be done next? We'll discuss these in the next devlog. What were the classic YouTube phrases? Ah, found it. Don't forget to follow, like, and comment. You can always reach me from my Instagram account or my email. Take care.